So I'm Jonathan Vieira, and this is
Elisa Escalante
with Escalera BJJ.
What's up?
Oh, damn, this is the cleanest floor I've ever seen. Hello, hi, how are you? Yeah?
You ready? Ready for today?
I'm ready to get my ass whooped.
Mike, introduce yourself, first and last name, please.
Hello, this is Mike Dragonetti, coming to you live from Jonathan Vieira's car.
Actually, it's my car.
Yeah.
Coming from Elisa Escalante, BJJ.
Exactly.
Orange cone on it was you guys. When you said orange cone, I was like, he would do that.
Why don't you take off?
What's up?
Finally. What the
Yeah.
hell?
Now we gotta drive fast. I gotta drive like a
You have
fucking...
to drive fast anyway.
Yeah, man, I'm usually a slow rider, bro. I don't go fucking fast.
Man, can't be lazy in times like this.
All right, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I am Matt Randisi, and here I am in the back seat of the Escalera car.
Today, or what we're about
What are y'all
to do.
guys expecting from
What
us?
are we
Yeah.
expecting? I'm expecting... This is interesting for me because I've really only ever trained at one mixed martial arts gym, so this is going to be my first time venturing out and seeing a new one. So I'm very excited and nervous at the same time to see what the atmosphere is like, to see what the instructors are like, and to see what kind of competition I can expect to roll.
How about you?
I just need to survive. That's it. You're talking to the guy who's in it for 3 months. This guy
Yeah.
goes fucking 8 days a week. I'm lucky if I go once or twice.
Okay.
Oh,
Anything
what
else?
I'm expecting is nothing. I'm not really expecting much. I'm expecting to just see how the gym is. I want to walk in there as a student and see what the gym has to offer. This is not about me. It's about everybody else, which is great that they're newer and this is his first gym, opposing gym he's going to. Same for him. So it's more of their experience than mine.
Okay.
They're not doing jits right now.
Good. Responsible for his own death.
Always be prepared.
Signing the death warrant right there.
Are you on next of kin list?
Not quite.
He's gonna put his feet up, make a cross with his feet. Good. Step, pull. Step, pull. Step, pull. Let's go. Find somebody your side. One, I'm not here. Blau's too strong. He's gonna bull rush me. He's gonna put me on my back. If I'm looking at the ceiling, probably my best case is that I daydream for a little bit and then I get beaten. All right? Need to make sure that I'm getting out here, okay, to the outside. Now let's say that we're not able to get this underhook, all right? He's too savvy and he has the underhook. Okay, it works just the same. I'm gonna take my arm, I'm gonna feed the gi. I'm gonna make sure I get this collar grip strong. Now when I have this, same technique, okay? One more time. He gets an underhook on me. I need to make sure I get out to the outside. I'm gonna walk my fingers on my pant to make this strong. I don't want it so his underhook is high and my arm is up here. It's too weak. He might even shuck it and take my back. That'd be terrible, okay? I need to make sure that if he beats me on this underhook battle, I clamp this down. I chicken wing my arm. And then once I'm here, I feed the lapel to my hand and make that grip. And it's the same move. Okay? Might even be able to get an arm bar from the top of his tight. Alright, one more time for you guys. Let's do this. I'm here, he gets the underhook, I get out to the side and I chicken wing this down. Feed the lapel to my hand. Now I'm tight on this. He starts to come forward to pass. Boom. And if I'm very tight on this arm, I might be able to even arm bar. Oos! Oos! The underhook battle, no matter where we are, probably the most important battle of jiu-jitsu. But if we lose it, the overhook can be just as strong. Oos! Oos! On 3, guys. 1, 2, 3. Let's rock.
All right, so you start going. What I want to do is I want to squeeze and get this leg on top, right here. This one right here. I'm going to grab this underhook. Good head position. Now usually the guy's either going to grab your knee, right, or post. So I'm going to take that away. I'm going to elevate. Come right in. So, right here. Oh, boom. Right away, I'm just going to scoot in. Get inside nice and deep. Keep your head in good position. I always like to keep my head under the neck, right? And I'm here deep on the underhook, all the way up on the shoulder. Right? Now, I have this here. You don't want it on the floor, because then you can put his knee on top. That stops the move. So I'm going to put my foot here, and I have a strong foot, not a weak foot, strong foot. Flex. Underhook tight. Boom. This foot inside here. Boom. Boom. I'm going to go right to my shoulder. Not pulling him back onto you. This is a big mistake. I'm going to fall this way. Kick this way. I enter. Underhook. Snatch the arm. Look. Elevate. I'm going to fall onto my shoulder. So here's an easy way to practice this, guys. Look. I'm here. I don't even need anybody. I'm going to come in. Boom. I have my position. I'm going to grip. Now look what I do with my foot here. This is a great way to practice this sweep. Look at my foot. See how I'm going from heel to ball. Watch it. Because I'm going to side control. So I either go into bounce, boom, or side control.
Once you're here, I keep my head on the inside, the side that I'm gonna roll, and I pull him close to me. You see, like I'm gonna, if I keep space, that's to his advantage. But I want no space, I want him close to me, I want to be here. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna grab his elbow, and I'm gonna do this motion with my body. When I come up, when I go back down, I'm not leaning backwards. I'm going to the side and I'm twisting my hips up in the here. This is my pivot foot, the one that's by his knee. Everybody seems to want to hook it here, but you can't. Because when I'm here, I need to do this. See, right to the side. If I lean back for 1 second, if I'm here on the opponent, another thing is this foot is not in the inside, it's on the outside of his leg. Okay? If I try to take him back, I'm going to give him a pass. There's no way I can control that. What I want to do is I want to tell him a secret, and I want to put his shoulder right on the floor next to his body. Keep my legs up and come side control. Don't try to mount. If I try to mount, he's going to push my legs up. Here's side control. He's worried about his arm already. I know he's going to worry about his arm, so I'm going to take full side control for my point. Sweep, 3 points, side control now, 3 points. You see how the move works? Now we worry about the finish. I'm going to go for the arm or the choke. So first I'm going to get the sweep, 3 points, then side control. One more time. So like I said, usually he's coming off of this position. Somehow you end up here. Okay? It could be from you sat up, or maybe you went to pull guard. You were standing up, you went to pull guard, and you ended up on the floor. 1 foot on the fence, on his hip. The other foot is always away from him, so I don't keep this foot out if I'm here. See, grab my foot, I'm going to be in problem. As soon as the 1 foot is there, my hand's on the collar. What I'm not going to let him do now is start to reach this hand around to grab my leg. As soon as that hand goes somewhere, that's where I got to start to defend. So I'm here, I see the hand, he's going to grab my ankle, my foot, I'm coming in on him here. As soon as I'm close to him, I hook, grab the arm, and I come straight to the side. Look, I push off, you see? This leg turns under my body. Now I'm going to show you, it's one move. Break it down to different moves, but when you're doing the move, it's only one motion. So if I'm here, that's how quick that sweep is. That's regular speed, right guys? Good. Let's do it a couple more times, guys. Come on.
On 3, 1, 2, 3. Push.
Alright, Gina, so how long have you been doing jiu-jitsu?
Since August, September.
Okay, so you just started not too long ago. And like what got you into it?
Well, I was doing that class over there, the kickboxing, and it looked like a lot of fun. And my boys, who are 6 and 9, aren't very athletic in team sports, so I kind of signed them up voluntarily for jiu-jitsu, and they were a little bit scared at first, very scared at first. So I felt that if I was going to have them do something that was a little bit scary, that I would lead through example and be just as scared with them.
Oh, so how did they feel when you joined jiu-jitsu?
You know what? My youngest is a beast, and he's really cute. Mm-hmm. So when I roll and he watches, he'll stand on the side or by the bags, and he'll coach me through and try and tell me the moves, which is really cute.
That's adorable.
Yeah. So,
and being a parent and doing jiu-jitsu, like, what would you say are like the biggest challenges with that?
Typically, and before being here, I would have said just getting the kids here, like get home from school, homework done, some kind of snack or meal, and then getting here. But they love that cage. They love coming in here. The vibe for kids here and families is really incredible. and nothing like I've ever seen. So they actually want to come.
That's awesome.
And on a Friday, if we come, they don't want to leave. I'm the one that's like, guys, we got to go. They're having a ball. They don't want to leave.
I have to admit that I love that a lot because I've seen a lot of parents that'll take their kids in, they'll sit off to the side and force them through an hour or two of training.
Right.
But the fact that you're doing it also and leading by example is incredible. Yeah. And the other reason I'm asking is because I want to have kids one day, and then a part of me is like, oh my God, how am I going to find the time with children? But that's inspiring.
And those are the things they remember. Like when they get older, they're not going to remember that you worked that hard to provide for them. They're going to remember the time that you spent with them. So if we roll together after class, or if they just show me something they're proud of that they learned, that's what they remember.
So any chance they're going to compete, or are you going to compete? Any idea yet?
They're still more scared than I am. So I've gotten to love it, but they're still a little bit scared.
Yeah.
So I would love for them to compete, but it's on their time and their decision. Yeah. I would like to compete, but I think I need 3 more months of training, and then I would compete.
And being that you're really busy, mom, and jiu-jitsu and everything like that, what is your schedule like, and how do you find the time to train?
Well, I'm a therapist. So
what kind of therapist?
Speech therapy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I make my own hours. I have my own practice, an office in the city, an office on the island. So I make my own hours, and then I'll train before work, and I'll train after work.
Wow.
So I'm on average putting maybe 2 to 3 hours in a day of different things.
So this gym is very good for people of all schedules, whether they're working during the day, evening, night, say, whether they have kids or not have kids, and looking to compete or not looking to compete.
It's fun, you know, and jiu-jitsu, like, girls are afraid, and when you first started too, if there aren't any other girls in the class that day and I'm the only girl, at first I was like, I don't want to do that. And now I actually want to do that because the guys don't go easy on me and they make you work harder.
Right.
So they help you get better instead of be gentle and baby.
All right. My last question for you is, what's your favorite submission?
I love chokes.
Love chokes? Any and every choke?
I like back chokes. I like chokes.
Any and every choke. All right. Well, thank you for talking.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
And this is our black belt. You can introduce yourself.
Raleigh Oquato.
So the question is, what got you into jiu-jitsu in general?
Wow. Growing up, I was pretty passive. Kind of a church boy when I was really young, so I never really knew how to fight, and I didn't like any type of intimidation or like any conflict at all. And when I was in my later 20s, I had my sons, and they came up. We were coming up out of a bad neighborhood in the Bronx, and I kind of wanted to learn how to be a little more dominant. And I'm happy to run into Rodrigo Gracie. You know, one thing led to another. I became friends with him. He was like, "Oh, you got to start training. You know, like, oh, you shouldn't even let that guy look at you like that." And
Brazilian accent?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You should start training.
And so I said, all right, I'm gonna do it. Now I was strong. You know, I never had much problem in my life because I was always.
Of course, you're from the Bronx. I'm from the Bronx too. Huh?
And you got that look, you know.
Yeah.
But I started training, and when the first day I started training, I was training against a blue belt. And Matt Serra was there, Nick Serra. They would just got their purple belts, you know. And he was like, "Go ahead, hold the guy down. Try to do what I want." I tried to hold the guy down. I couldn't hold the guy down. So I gotta learn this, you know. And forget it. I started from that first day. I never stopped. I did a lot of competition, like jiu-jitsu competition, nogi, you know. Had a lot of victories, but I did it for the sport. I just love to be around. This is the only place you're gonna find people of different calibers. When I say calibers, I own a business. You know, I have an anti-shooting company. A lot of my friends, like Clarence Harris, he's a detective. You know, I have a couple of friends of mine. They're lawyers. They're all advanced belts in jiu-jitsu. The only place you're gonna see these different type of
very diverse.
Yeah, diverse people. You know, it's just people group. Color, creed, occupation in the same place. It's the only place.
She's a therapist, and I'm a.
Right. So I love that. I love that people aspect of the whole jiu-jitsu game. You know, you learn how to become friends, and in the process, you learn how to defend yourself and fight. So I stood with it.
When you started to roll with people, it was really hard to be aggressive. You felt like you had to force the aggression, because that's how I felt being a passive person.
Yeah, like I like to learn how to fight from the bottom, and that became an issue with Rodrigo. He was like, "I don't want you in the back no more." But being kind of passive, I wanted to neutralize the game, you know. And so that became an issue for quite a few years actually, where I needed to learn how to be on top and the aggressor, constantly putting the pressure on someone, being on the bottom, attacking only if I had to. So yeah, that was obstacle, one of the obstacles, many obstacles in jiu-jitsu. That's one of them.
So, how is it for you seeing your students compete, and even you competing back when? How did that feel when you watching your students?
Yeah, like when I competed, I wasn't an aggressive person, so I didn't really like to compete. You know, I used to compete because I used to teach a lot. A lot of the black belts you see now, they were my student because I was Rodrigo's best student, and I used to teach them. So I used to go compete to show them not to be afraid of it, but inside of me, that wasn't really my thing, you know. But I used to do it because, you know, Rodrigo would look at me, and all my students would look at me. But I influenced my students, like, even if you're not a competitive person, compete once a year. If you lose, don't worry, we love you, it's all good. But it's good to have the experience to go out there and know that what I'm teaching you is the same thing anybody else is learning, even better. You know, so if you're a white belt and you go into a blue belt bracket and you lost by points, you should be happy. What are you down about? Well, you just lost against a blue belt by points. He didn't submit you. That's how good you are as a white belt. So I encourage him to compete, not for competition or like just a sport. Just this is what we do. You know, we learn this game and let's go test it against everybody else. The problem is they don't want to compete because they're rolling against the same people all the time in the academy. And the other people, some people get much better than you do, and you don't realize how much you're advancing in the game because these few in number got so much better than you in such a short time that you think you're not getting better. But when you go out there and compete against other schools in your ranking, you start to kill them. Why? Because that's the level of jiu-jitsu that we're teaching. So we start to teach a level above what the competition is, and that's why I influence them to go teach. Now, some students don't want to compete, and I don't force them. They absolutely don't want to compete, and I said, that's no problem, don't do it.
So, as a new student coming in, what should they expect from you to gym or their rolling partners?
You know, that's one of the questions we ask them. You know, what do you want to learn? You know.
So the average guy that works a 9 to 5 on Wall Street, he travels all out here to Lynbrook.
This is an exercise, and that's what we tell them.
It's just an exercise.
We tell them this is an exercise. You're gonna have more fun than lifting weights. You're gonna be in better shape. Your cardio will be better. Your health will be better, and all you have to do is learn some moves and roll around on the mat. Because I explained to them, you could bench and you could curl and you could do a series of exercises, but when you do jiu-jitsu moves, every single muscle moves without the concentration of that. So a lot of times you'll roll for 15 minutes, you'll go home and be like, I got pains. That's the muscles back there. You use those muscles today. So it's a great exercise. You know? I mean, I'm in my 50s, and a lot of people be like, what? You know? We don't tie anybody in. We say, come in, take a week, see if you like it, you know, and then this is the contract. We always give everybody that week opportunity to, you know, to see what we teach. We teach a real game here, you know. Not only the jiu-jitsu, we have great judo. One of my students, he's a brown belt in judo, you know. Joe, we call him Karate Joe. He's a great boxing instructor, great judo instructor. The women's program is phenomenal. A lot of guys take it, you know, it's because it's pure adrenaline when you're just constantly kicking. So, you know, we say try it for a week. I don't want anybody here that don't want to be here.
See, I'm not giving him, look at this. I'm not giving him Russian. If he wants to play the game, I'm going to choke him out right there. Okay? But you're so much bigger than him, it's harder for you to get up. You got to remember, he's giving you that.
Alright, let's get in front of the bag. Call it, throw it. Let's go.
Christian Ferris here, you're live at ECF Gym, filmed all day. Thank you for coming out. Obviously, I saved the best for last. Our champion, Taj, the Black Spartan, undefeated in my fight league, Extreme Cage Fighting. He went 4-0 as the K1 champion. He also went undefeated as an amateur MMA fighter in my league, moved on to the Ring of Combat Pro Division, and is now the reigning and defending Ring of Combat champion. We've already turned down offers to Bellator, and we're waiting for Dana White to call. We're already on his radar. He's already seen him compete, and he won his last fight 2 weeks ago in the first round. Devastating lead head kick knockout against an amazing competitor, Bradley Desir, a veteran of Bellator. And we took him out. I'm sorry, Bradley, you were a great competitor, but we took him out in the first round, and it was great work. So he will be competing again very shortly. I'm gonna leave the rest to this champion, this young man, quite the man, very humble, very soft-spoken, but very hard-hitting. Taj, the rest is up to you, buddy. Here you go.
Okay, you do have a lot to live up to.
I have to hold these.
You do have to hold them, man. Be proud, be proud.
I know. It's just. If you want to put them it's not.
Don't let him off the hook.
And all this stuff could be it. Oh my God. All right, let's go.
All right, guys, Matt here. I am with Taj, the Black Spartan, reigning and defending Ring of Combat welterweight champion. I was there personally to see you absolutely take that guy's head off. It was amazing. Can't wait to see more. But I want to take this back. I want to take this as the humble beginnings before you were a monster in that cage. Mm-hmm. What was martial arts for you when you got into it?
Martial arts was life. I started at 4 years old. A lot of people don't know that I started martial arts at 4 years old. A bunch of my family on my father's side are martial artists. My grandfather was a prize fighter. My uncle boxed in the Marines. Uncle, my pops, everybody was into martial arts. That was a thing. Even if I currently wasn't doing it, the house was, okay, John Claude Van Damme movies, Steven Seagal, nice. Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee. I
was about to say, Bruce Lee better be in there.
Heavy, Bruce Lee heavy. Jim Kelly, Wesley Snipes, all these movies. That was it. That was that. All of Massive 36 Chambers, all of those. That was heavy in my household.
You saw that and you were like, I can do that.
I did Shindo rules, like a Japanese kickboxing style when I was like 4 to 5 to 6 years old. And then I started doing Taekwondo, I think from like 8 to like 12 or something. And then stopped for a while. And then I did a Jodokan for a summer. I think I was like 15. And then when I was 17, I got into combat Hapkido, and then from there I started doing Brazilian Jiu-jitsu, and then at 18, and then 19 I had my first amateur MMA fight. After that was it. I mean, here I am now.
The rest is history, right? Yeah. So that's Taj the competitor. That's Taj the champion. Tell us about Taj the instructor. What's it been like here at ECF and teaching not only adults, but you teach kids as well, correct?
Yeah, little badass kids. I love them kids. I'm joking. I love them. They challenge you, man. Oh, Lord. The thing about teaching children is it really challenges me because it makes me have to adjust and adapt on how I give information. It's like, for example, this kid over here, they might just be quote unquote busy. So they're really busy, so you have to maybe change how they interact with others. You might have to treat them or take them aside, or you might have to give them a responsibility to make them feel more in tune with everybody else. So I might have one of the children who's really, really busy, who has a really bad attention span. I might have them bring them up and say, oh, so-and-so, teach them to move, show them how to move. How's that move look? Out here, do it on me. Oh, good job, stuff like that. Or one child might have autism, or one child may have ADHD. So you have to really adjust. Let me take this off. I don't feel it. I take it off, man. It's not, because it's a part of who I am, but it's not me. Before I was a brown belt in judo, when I was, I think I was a green belt, I was teaching at the school where I learned all my judo, and we had a kid there. I won't say his name. We had a kid there. He had ADHD, and his parents had him on the medication, and he would be like zoning out in class, stuff like that. So we had his parents. We asked his parents to take him off and just to see how our regiment would affect him. He's not on it anymore, and he hasn't been on it for years.
That's incredible.
Because we just drilled it in him. We just call him judo machine. Drill it in him. He just fight, he just go. And he loved judo, and that really helped him out with getting over his ailment. He had ADHD.
That was definitely an incredible story. You definitely connect with martial arts not only on the level of competition, but for the everyman as well.
Yes.
And for all ages.
Yes.
And believe in the healing power as well of martial arts, which is something that we definitely want to get across as well in all forms, whether it be kickboxing, whether it be jiu-jitsu, whether it be judo. Mm-hmm. And there's something to be learned from all of those, would you say?
Yes, absolutely.
So, what's next? What are you looking at in terms of, I don't know, a UFC career?
Shit, I hope so. I mean,
Dana, if you're watching this.
I would love that. I mean, I don't want to say I'm in a rush, but I mean, come on. It's just one of them things where it's like you want to make it to a certain level because all the pain that you've gone through and all the injuries and all of that stuff, you want it to mean something. You want it to mean something at the end of the day. You don't want to do all of this and then end up doing it for nothing. I mean, we do it because we love it, but we trying to get paid, man. Straight up, try to get it how I live, man. Straight up. We trying to, I'm gonna make this a career and expand, schools and businesses and stuff like that. That's what I want to do. I don't just want to be a fighter, for the rest of my life. I want to be a fighter, instructor, business owner, community activist, stuff like that. And I want to use that celebrity and power to do that.
So give me a hit list real quick.
Yes.
UFC welterweights. Who do you have in your sight? Who would you like to fight the most? You know what? Not even welterweight. Just anybody in the UFC.
I don't know. It doesn't matter really.
Too
really matter.
Too early to start calling people that? Is it too early?
I'm not even there. I can't call nobody out. When I look to call somebody out, I ain't even, I ain't even in the building.
All right, sir.
Yes.
I'm not gonna get taken down or kicked in the head or anything if I tell you good job and if I tell you thank you for talking with us.
No problem.
Okay, awesome. All right. An absolute pleasure, and thanks for training with me. That was a really great role. And I won't tell anybody that I tapped you in that arm, but so that's cool. No, I'm kidding.
Get the footage going. Let's go. Right here. Let me get my mouthpiece.
It's getting late.
Okay, I'm trying.
Don't be nervous.
I'm not.
It's recording, so you can take snapshots. Smile. Take one first, please, sir.
Take one, Huey. Can you take a picture? Thank you, Huey. Take a good one.
Here we go.
All right.
All right, guys. This was our trip to ECF over here in Lynbrook, Long Island. We had a lot of fine points, easy parking, great instructors, a lot of high belts, good roles, very impactful on us, a lot of knowledge.
Social media. You could follow us on Instagram, Escalera BJJ, and also that will be the name of our YouTube channel. So you can follow us there as well.
And our podcast.
You can catch us all talking to you out there on Flow Roll Podcast, starring the 4 beautiful people that you see here before you. So I am Matt Randisi.
John Vieira.
Elisa Escalante.
Mike Dragonetti.
The newest member of us all. And we are out. Ciao. This is I fucked up. This is Escalera BJJ. See you next time.